All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. It is time to update our 10K challenge. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what that is, I will take a minute and describe it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, everybody, please smash the like button and drop a comment below on how your portfolio has been doing so far this year. Okay, so this is week 13 of our 10K challenge. We started the 10K challenge on January 1st, 2022 with three purposes. The first one is we want to take this account from $10,000 to $100,000. We don't know how long that's going to take. That is the goal. We have two more immediate goals. The first one is in the year 2022, we want to make sure that our portfolio is profitable, whether we have a bear market or a bull market or whatever the case may be. The goal of investing is to make money, so we need the portfolio to be profitable. The second objective is we'd like the portfolio to outperform all of the major indexes and cryptocurrencies and precious metals. So what we've done at the end, you will see a chart. We're tracking ourselves against the four major indexes in the United States, which are the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. We're also comparing ourselves to the two major precious metals, which obviously are silver and gold, and the two major cryptocurrencies, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's a healthy mix of all other alternatives. So what we want to show is we need to be able to beat all those. Otherwise, you could have just put your money into one of those and done nothing all year. So this is week 13. So that is 25% of the way through this year, if you can believe it or not. And I'll give you a spoiler alert. Portfolio is not at all where we want it to be right now from a numbers standpoint. However, you'll see I am actually feeling very good about where we sit. So for starters, let's take a look at the portfolio. So this is the challenge portfolio as of April 1st, 2022, which was Friday. That was the last day of the week, and that was the 13th week of the month. You'll see that we now have 14 positions. These positions are currently listed in order by size, meaning CleanSpark is the largest position and my options on XL are my smallest. So the first thing you'll notice is I'm more stock heavy than options heavy in here. So my largest 9 positions are all in stock. I do trade in options. I tend to try to keep that at 10 to 15% of my portfolio, and as those options develop, if they get past that, I try to take profits, because remember, in the 10K challenge, we put $10,000 into this account on January 1st. We're not putting any more money into the account for the entire year. So this account has to fend for itself and make money on its own. Just as an aside, I personally think it's a good idea to add money to your investment account whenever possible. However, that is not the purpose of this particular exercise. We are going to see what we can do with our initial $10,000 investment. So CleanSpark is back in first place as the number one investment. I did not buy any CleanSpark this week. It just outperformed Romeo. Romeo had temporarily taken the place as the largest investment. However, Romeo did not perform very well this week. So CleanSpark is by far my best performing stock in the portfolio. It's up significantly, and some of these others are lagging behind. Two in particular have gotten really taken out badly in the last week. So I will go through those and kind of walk you through what happened there and what I did with it. So this week in particular, Volta, which is now my smallest stock position, and that is because it was down 20-something% this week. Volta had a series of negative news. They delayed their fourth quarter financial results, which is a little disturbing to investors. And then they had some massive turnover at the very top of this company. So that unsettled investors as well. So I did do a deep dive video on Volta if you want to check that out. I did that this week, so if you can go to the channel and take a look at that if you're interested. And I explained what happened and what I think is going to be the result of that. So what I did in reaction to that is, you can see I lost a bunch of money on my Volta stock. Now, when I say I lost money, I did not sell any stock. So I do not view that as losing any money. That is a paper loss. I still believe in Volta. I have the same level of conviction that I did. I think this stock is going to go up dramatically over time. The paper loss that I'm showing right now, I am not concerned with. What I did do is buy some options on Volta, because after this news came out and the stock tanked over 20% in one day, the options basically went on sale. I capitalized on that and added some options instead of adding to my Volta position itself. In the meantime, I was able to do that because on Monday, Bitfarms was up quite a bit, so I sold some of my Bitfarms options and took profits, which turned out to be a good thing because Bitfarms was down the rest of the week. So I was able to take those profits, put them into Volta for options, and hopefully, those will double or triple. That's the goal of my options. I typically set a specific goal, at least for a double, if not a triple. Sometimes we do better than that. Sometimes we do worse. So that's really the only moves that I made in the portfolio. I did not add any new stocks this week. This was a very sideways week. The Bitcoin miners underperformed Bitcoin fairly dramatically this week, so that was not helpful to the portfolio. Volta got crushed on Monday, down 20-something%, and Curiosity Streams got crushed last Friday, down over 20% as well. So that's 2 stocks in the last 6 trading days out of my 9 stocks that have taken a big pullback. However, I will tell you, although that's frustrating in the short term, these are the opportunities that you look for if the story hasn't changed, and if you still have the same level of conviction in the stock, that is an opportunity for me to buy in more. So that is what I did last week. I was able to buy in this week through options with Volta, where the same thing happened. I feel like I continue to enhance the portfolio every week. However, you will see when we get to the charts, overall, we have a lot of progress to make. We are not where we want to be. However, we are 1/4 of the way through of the year. So we still maintain our goals. We want this portfolio to make money this year, and we would like to outperform all of the other things that I mentioned. Okay, so as of Friday, the end of the trading day, the portfolio's net value was $8,917. So we lost about $150 this week for some of the reasons that you just saw. You know, we had 2 stocks get hit 20 to 30%. So what should have been a little bit of an up week ended up a little bit of a down week for the portfolio. But again, the only trade I actually made was selling options at a gain. Everything else right now is paper losses, and I remain high level of conviction in the stocks that I have. You'll see I have $1,985 of cash on the sidelines. That's a little bit less, but virtually the same as it was last week due to the fact that I was able to get in and out of some positions. And again, I only made probably 5 trades all week long. So that's the nature of an account like this. This is not a high volume trading account. Some opportunities present themselves. This week I made 5 trades. There have been weeks where I have made no trades. So as I've said all year, I'd like to keep this number above 1,500 of cash on the sidelines so that as opportunities present themselves, I can buy into them. I'm just going to show you Friday's results because all year I've been kind of focused on Friday, and Friday has been an absolute disaster for this portfolio all year long. We did have 1 week which was a good week on Friday, and now this week we were basically almost absolutely neutral. We lost $12 in the portfolio on Friday, so that's 0.1%. So this Friday was okay. That's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Fridays have been massive sell-offs for most of this year, and I think this is indicative of the fact that the market is getting healthier. Okay, so here we go. Here's the weekly rankings as of April 1st, 2022. I wish I could tell you that this was an April Fool's joke, but unfortunately, we have slipped down to 9th place. Now you'll see it's extremely close. We did lose a little bit of money. Actually, it looks like we lost about $100. We are now down 10.8% on the year. There were some winners and losers and some neutral stuff this week. So in a nutshell, here's what happened with the market this week. The cryptocurrencies did extremely well. So Bitcoin and Ethereum moved way up the list. I'm going to show you the weekly change right now. So I'm going to add 1 column to this chart. So if you look at the weekly change, you're going to see the precious metals did not do well. The precious metals peaked about 2 weeks ago, and I think that's probably it this year for them. It's unusual for silver and gold to be leading the pack. That was true for almost the entire first quarter. Actually, it was true for the entire first quarter of the year this year. That's not typical. So you can see they did both have a red week and pull back a little bit. I'm not expecting a collapse in any way, shape, or form of silver and gold. I just don't think they're going to keep up with the rest of the market for the rest of the year. Bitcoin this week was up 4.32%. It is now positive on the year. So this is the first time anything has been positive on the year other than silver and gold. So that was a big threshold to cross. Bitcoin has gotten very healthy. I believe the bull run is going to continue, and that doesn't mean that we won't have pullbacks over the next few days or weeks, but I think the trajectory has been clear that Bitcoin bottomed out and it's been moving back up. Ethereum had the best week out of everything by far. Ethereum has been in last place in this challenge all 12 weeks up until this week. So it has been in last place and it has been in dead last. Well, it was up another 11% this week and it jumped from 9th place to 6th place. So that was a big move. It's still down 5.7% on the week, but this was down over 30% a few weeks ago. So it has really, really rallied. So whereas the precious metals were down and the cryptocurrencies were up, you can see the indexes were very flat. The Dow was down 0.1%. The S&P was up less than 0.1%, so those two were basically even on the week. And the Russell 2000 and the NASDAQ were up about 0.2% on the week. So very quiet week in total. And you'll see the 10K portfolio is down 1.84% on the week. And now bear in mind, I did have one stock go down over 20% in that period. So will that pay off in the long run? I was able to buy in. If that stock is the value stock that I think it is, then that will pay off in the long run. If I've picked the wrong stock, then obviously it won't. So all in all, at this point, 13 weeks in, I've managed to increase my investment in number of shares in basically every single position that I hold over the first 13 weeks. We do have a paper loss right now. We're down a little over $1,000 on the year to date on paper. I think we've made a little over $1,000 on actual trades. So all in all, you can see obviously a lot of work left to do. This week we really did not move forward numbers wise, but I do think we made I feel very good about the moves that I made this week. So again, this is the thing with this. As you guys watch this and see the portfolio drift, we were as high as 4th. We've been as low now as 9th, but you can see the pack is coming together big time. There's now only about 17% separating last place from first place. At one point, that was about 45% 3 weeks ago. Over the next month, I expect to make some moves, and it's time to start moving up this chart. Because again, remember, our goal is to finish number 1 on this chart. So obviously, we are not there right now at all. So stick with it. For those of you who are sticking with the journey and following along, I appreciate it. I think it's a good learning experience. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.